So we have our next Doctor Who animation. It's not the Smugglers, but the Celestial Toymaker.
I mean, we had it down to one of those two, didn't we?
Yeah, 50-50.
Yeah, in
50-50.
that video that
I mean,
we
you did
uploaded the same day that this news dropped. Oops.
I mean, you did mention that, like Galaxy 4, it could slot in between.
Yeah, with a
Um,
different team,
yeah.
which certainly looks to be the case because
hmm
this is a very different animation style.
Yeah, very different. Web of Fear refined.
Somewhat, but but almost more stylized, I think.
And I'm not mad about it because I think the Celestial Toymaker's a story. What allows this animation probably to shine over the 2D?
I much prefer this to Underwater Menace, which we'll
Yeah.
get a review out for at some point when we're able to get through it.
I mean, I've
Um,
not even watched it. I've got it, but it's on the shelf.
I mean, I've done part one, and I can't say I'm infused to continue, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But for now, we have Celestial Toymaker to talk about, and I know that there has been a lot of kicking off about this animation style, but I think it works because it suits that surreal nature of the story,
Yes.
and I think for once, animation like this really enhances that. I do think some of the facial
The likenesses
movements
are
from
off.
what, yeah, but again, that can work in a more stylized form.
Hmm.
Because certainly, sort of like the Celestial Toymaker himself, sort of has a longer head,
hmm
like similar to Count Dooku in Clone Wars.
It's
Got
kind of
that.
Clone Wars meets Dreamland, I'd say.
Hmm. Yeah. And so I think the Celestial Toymaker is the one that's come out the best from what we've seen. Again, you never know how well that trailer lines up with the actual episodes anyway.
hmm
So it could just be like an awkward sync of the lines, and it could just be that, maybe they've not chosen the best clips. But certainly a lot of what we see of the Toymaker in the trailer, I think really works. I think when you have the first Doctor speaking up close, then it gets a bit, "Ugh," but
Hmm.
we shall see. And I mean, they do sort of feel like toys as well. They
Yeah.
do feel more miniature in this environment, which again works for a story like the Celestial Toymaker.
Yeah, and
Uh,
I like that the first Doctor isn't a pair of hands, but they've sort of gone for this sort of stylistic choice of that everything else is sort of just a plain white grey background, sort of a
mm,
void. But he's in the space, but he's the only sort of
I,
thing in color. I like that.
I mean, it might be that he will disappear still,
Yeah.
because this could just be from episode one before that happens, or episode four after that happens, after he's brought back. But yeah, I mean, it certainly suits what the original art design was going for, but just enhanced in a way that animation can achieve.
I think it's what the production team probably wanted to achieve, but not on the shoestring budget they had.
Yeah. Whereas this having a shoestring budget almost works for that because, an empty white background is much easier to achieve on a computer
Yeah.
when it's all computer generated. Like, if anything, it's easier than most other environments to create. I mean, for those who've heard of or watched a little YouTube animation pilot called The Amazing Digital Circus, this sort of gave me vibes of that with the surreal nature and the way it's done. I mean, certainly that's very different and much better animated. Sorry, Celestial Toymaker. I know I've been praising your animation, but you have your limits. But yeah, I got that vibe from it, and I'm vibing with it. Strangely enough, like, I know it's getting a lot of hate out there, but for the moment, I'm on board with this style.
Yeah, I'm surprisingly. I think watching the trailer for the first time, going, "Oh, that's not what I expect. Then rewatching it, it clicked, going, "Oh, this makes perfect sense," you know?
Yeah, it suits it rather well. It is much less stilted than it would be as 2D.
Hmm.
I mean, in terms of special features, or well, not just special features, but features in general,
Yeah.
this one includes episodes 1 to 4 in black and white,
Mhm.
presumably 4x3 as well. Uh, episodes 1 to 3 reconstructions, standard stuff, and of course, episode 4, original 1966 episode, newly restored, which is good because it was. I mean, it's horrible on BBC iPlayer. Like, so I'm pretty sure it's the VHS scan rather than the DVD one for some
That wouldn't
reason.
surprise me.
Yeah. I mean, the DVD one's not too bad, but it'll be nice to have that updated. I mean, color would be nice because we've seen those color clips now.
I think that's my thing
But
because I think Kieran Hyman recolorized it all.
hmm,
So I think that would be a great thing to have. And I
uh,
think it's the only way you could release it because unless they find it,
hmm,
you know,
I
I feel like we're going forward and we're recolorizing and cutting down 60 stories. So come on, give it
yeah,
us.
but this is just one episode, so you don't have to
Yeah,
cut
yeah,
that down. Although, still, I say it's only one episode. That's still a lot of frames to color. It is still insanely expensive, so I can understand if they don't do that. But just because we've seen peaks of it in the Giggle and the Daleks in color,
yeah,
part of it, and especially with the color animation here as well,
yeah.
it feels right. But yeah, I'm not expecting that. But it's just one of those fun, oh, what if uh, little scenarios that we like to think through as fans. New audio commentaries. Uh, no clue who they're with,
Hmm.
but yeah, that's something to look forward to. And then, of course, this too is the episodes in color, which again I'm oddly excited for. I'm usually,
I rather
the
watch it in
black and white
color.
purist, but yeah, this time I am there for the color. I think because this story lends itself to that so much. And I think, the surreal nature works both in color and black and white, I'll say.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I'll stick it on in black and white as well and watch it with the original episode 4. But yeah, I'm here for it in color too. And then making the animation, that'd be an interesting one as well, because
Yeah.
like I say, it's a very different kind of animation. So it'd be nice to get into that a bit with the creators of it. Doctor Who Escape Room Team First Doctor, which feels very fitting for this story in particular. But yeah, who will that be? And what will that entail? Is this a new ongoing series that we're going to get across the collection and maybe a second Doctor animation or something? We shall see. Sylvester McCoy introduction for episode 4, as per the original VHS release. It's one of those you might as well.
Yeah, it's kind of like where else are we going to put it to build your Doctor Who archive?
Yeah. It's sort of like, it just feels weird to not include it, given that it's part of the Celestial Toymaker's history.
Yeah.
Really. And then photo gallery and PDF material, including camera scripts, all the usual stuff that you come to expect, really. I mean, yeah, just overall surprisingly positive compared to some out there. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, of course, but yeah, I don't know. I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too, actually. I think this has probably had more of a positive reception than when Underwater Menace was announced. Because I think when Underwater Menace was announced, it's more like, yeah, the animations are back. Not, oh, it's Underwater Menace, huzzah.
Yeah, it was sort of like one of those ones that had to come along at some point, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas this feels obviously very timely with the Giggle having, well, for us, not long happened. For when this was announced, it was right on the build up to that, the Thursday before it came along on Saturday. Or was it Wednesday?
I think it was Wednesday, I think.
No, Thursday.
Thursday, yeah.
December 7th. There we go. So, thumbs up from me.
Thumbs up from me too. Pre-ordered it. If you want to pre-order it, you can use the HMV discount link in the description below to get a discount on it if you want to purchase it.
And if this video is a thumbs up from you, then thumbs up, leave that like,
Yeah, smash it.
subscribe for more, and we will see you in the next video.
For more games. Huzzah.
Mm. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.